Hey guys! So today's video is going to be another empties video, and I have been putting this off for an embarrassing amount of time. Both of these little bins behind me are full of empties, which is very embarrassing. But we're gonna go through them today. I think I might try to kind of organize it because this is just gonna be a mess if I don't. Okay, I can no longer see my little monitor thing. It's down there behind all the products. So my entire desk is full, and we're just gonna wing it. We're gonna start with some of the more boring stuff. I guess most of it's boring. Nail polish remover. I go through this stuff like crazy. Is this blurring weird? I do my own nails, and so I go through this stuff pretty quickly. If you watched my last vlog, I had a situation where I was halfway done removing my set, and then I had to go to the store and buy more because I'm out. Alcohol. I use this stuff on my nails as well, typically to remove that tacky layer that's left after I do my top coat on my gel nails. I also could have gone through this at work. I use alcohol at work, always. Disinfect. I'm like touching people's faces and other areas, so I have to disinfect everything. This is another product that I use for work. It is the Intensive Eyelash and Eyebrow Tint. I actually just switched back to this brand. I was using the same brand that makes my lifts, the products I use to do lash lifts, and while I liked it, it took too much time to process, and this intensive one, it starts out like a weird pukey tan kind of a color, and then I can watch it oxidize, so I know when it's done processing. I can actually see it turn black, so I know when I can remove it and move along. Helps keep my services more efficient instead of just wiping it off when 10 minutes has passed and hoping that it's oxidized to the color that I want, if that makes sense. Amazon is here, so Kaiser's gonna go crazy. Okay. Here are all the cleansers that I went through. Do you guys think this is embarrassing? I find it rather embarrassing. Can you tell what my favorite cleanser is? Tried and true, man. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Are these recyclable? They are. These are recyclable. Okay, good. Other skincare stuff. This is my favorite sunscreen. It's the Essence Misha. It's by Misha. It's called Essence Sun SPF 45 PA+++. I get this on Yes Style. You can also find it on, I think it's called Stylevana, but I believe it's a Korean sunscreen. Is my phone blurring out the actual products itself? Do I need to turn off this like portrait mode? I'm gonna turn it off. We're just gonna do regular video so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. Look at that. So this one I did cut open just so I can get all of it out. But this is my favorite formula. It is so soothing to the skin. It doesn't smell like sunscreen, and there's absolutely no white cast whatsoever. This is my favorite sunscreen. I love it. It's better for dry skin. It's a little bit more on the moisturizing side. They have another one that looks like this. I think it's called Aqua, and instead of being pink, it's blue. I also really like that one. That one's better for oily skin. It's a little bit more mattifying, not super like juicy, hydrating. A couple other sunscreens. These are some more of my tried and true. Is that all my sunscreens? I feel like that's not true. I feel like I've been through a lot more than that. These are some of my favorite tinted ones. I'm wearing this one right now mixed with the L'Oreal Pro Glow. That has been my go-to day-to-day. I mix them together. I get a little bit of sun protection. I do apply that Misha one first. That's like my base. I do the 2-finger rule with the Misha sunscreen all over my face on top of my moisturizer. And then I mix this together with the Pro Glow as kind of a foundation, a little bit more coverage with a little bit of added sun protection, just in case I have any skip areas from my initial application. And then this one is also tried and true, the Australian Gold Botanical 50 SPF Tinted Face BB Cream for fair to light skin tones. My only gripe with this one, it used to be that it didn't have a flip top. They fixed that. Now it has a little flip top. Now, my only gripe with it is that it's too dark. There's only 3 shades, so clearly not enough, and I need one that's lighter. This just doesn't really fit my skin tone. If I have a tan, or if I've self-tanned or anything like that, I can kind of bring it down my neck and make it work, but otherwise it's just too dark. I still use it because I can kind of finesse things to make it work, but I really love the formula, so I kind of try to make it work, but I really wish they would come out with more shades. I got this in a little, like, I don't even know what to call it, like a sample box that I got from FabFitFun, and this was without a doubt my favorite product that I got in that box. It's by, is that supposed to be a number? LXMI. I think that's Roman numerals. Pure Nilotica? Melt It's shea butter. It's pure shea butter. 100% shea butter. And I absolutely love shea butter for my face. For my elbows, I use it pretty much everywhere. The only thing that bugs me if I use it as a moisturizer is throughout the day, it kind of migrates into my eyes. It does not hurt at all. It just makes it hard to see. So I don't love that. That's kind of annoying. But I love shea butter. I ended up purchasing this little bitty thing. I just got this off of Amazon. It's by Naissance. Again, it's just pure refined shea butter because I did make the mistake of getting unrefined shea butter, and that smelled, while putting it on my face, it smelled like old dog food mixed with turkey gravy that had been thrown up by a dog. That's what it smelled like. And I had like this huge tub and I put it on. I tried to power through 2 or 3 times and I could not do it. So I went with the refined. It's still 100% shea butter, but it's just refined and it doesn't smell like dog food. So I use this and now I repurchased like a big one. And this was like $12 on Amazon. Super, super inexpensive. My classic, I need to repurchase this. I usually have this on hand, but I'm out and I haven't repurchased it yet. The Ordinary Glycolic Acid 7% toning solution. This stuff is really good. I use it on my underarms after I wax. Sometimes I use it on my bikini line after I wax. For some people, this might be, in fact, for most people, it probably is too harsh for areas like that, but it is important to be exfoliating post-wax. And I just don't really recommend super rough mechanical exfoliation systems. Saved it. So I like that this is just a pure liquid, and my skin does get a little sensitive if I'm using this too often. I will kind of alternate nights, and I like the packaging because it has like the little twisty top thing, and it's super inexpensive because it's The Ordinary. I am an avid tretinoin user and or adapalene. Adapalene is not the same as retinol. I will link a video down below to kind of explain the difference. This is prescription. I get this from my doctor. It's also this is actually one that's not quite as strong. Right now I'm using 0.1%, which is twice as strong, and it is the most potent prescription that you can get for acne, and I guess who still has acne? Anyway, I like to kind of alternate nights, especially since I'm using one that's more strong than this one. This is the strongest acne medication that you can get over the counter. This one is a cream vehicle, and then this one is more of like a gel, almost like it's called adapalene gel. Okay. But I alternate those for my acne. I use it almost every single night. I try to use it every single night. I managed to go through an entire box of Lancets because I use these for extractions. I am a licensed professional, so I don't recommend you doing this on your own face unless you are extremely careful and trained in some way. I went through this mask by Peach Slices. I think I got this at Ulta, and it is a 95% snail mucin concentrate. I have watched this do beautiful things to people's skin. I used it in facials. My skin didn't super duper love it. It was pretty shortly after I stopped Accutane, I believe, that I tried this on my own skin, and it just felt too sensitive for me. But this makes people's skin look so plump and juicy and hydrated. So, so good. I'm so jealous that this kind of stung my skin a little bit. But this stuff is really, really good. You should look into what snail mucin can do for your skin because it's pretty gross, but it's pretty cool. I went through this itty bitty little micellar cleansing water thing. I think I might just refill this for like my little travel bag. This stuff is just very basic, run-of-the-mill. It works great. I've never had any problems with this. Micellar water by Garnier. It's no oil, no alcohol, no fragrance, so I get this all up in my eyes, and it's cheap. It's really good. I repurchase it all the time. I went through a Neutrogena Hydro Boost Overnight Hydration Cream. This stuff is really good. I can use this on my face. I do use this on my face. I prefer it on my legs though. I like to use this after I shave my legs. This is very hydrating. It is fragrance free. The main ingredients are glycerin, very hydrating ingredient, as well as hyaluronic acid. So this is a really good basic drugstore body moisturizer. I like it a lot. It's a good one. And I've purchased many. I struggled to actually get through all the ones that I purchased because for the longest time I couldn't find it. So I was nervous. So I bought a lot of them. I went through an Aquaphor Lip Repair. This is my favorite basic lip balm. I have them everywhere. I have them in my car, my desk here, my desk downstairs, my treatment room, my bedside table, my bathroom drawer. These are sprinkled all throughout my house. This is my favorite lip balm. It doesn't taste weird. Castor seed oil, beeswax, shea butter, sunflower seed wax, jojoba oil, shea butter. Again, if something has shea butter in it, I probably like it. I love shea butter. Why don't we do some hair stuff really quick? I went through this Neutrogena shampoo, Anti-Residue formula. I went through 3 of them, and I totally would repurchase this stuff. I actually love this stuff, but I can't find it anywhere. I bought this 3-pack on Amazon, and they're 6 ounces, which is smaller than I wanted them to be. One of them came leaking. It's just a pain to have to order these on Amazon, so I recommend them if you can find them in the store, but I can't find them in the store anymore, so I don't really buy them anymore. But I do really like them. It's just a nice, basic, very clarifying cleansing shampoo. Another shampoo that I went through, the Angel Wash by Kevin Murphy. I love Kevin Murphy. It smells so good. The Angel Wash is meant for fine colored hair. I have fine hair, it's not colored, but you can use it on virgin hair. This stuff smells so stinking good. Kevin Murphy is a great brand. Look into them if you haven't yet. That's one of my favorite things about them is how good they smell. I think the packaging is so pretty. I love the retail shelves at work. It's like a pastel rainbow, and it's my favorite part of the salon. I love it. It's beautiful. Also went through the Kevin Murphy Hydrate Me Rinse. I do recommend these. I think this is a ½ liter or even the full liters. Most salons that carry Kevin Murphy can order something like this for you if they don't already have it in stock. It's just more bang for your buck this way than buying these little regular size ones. These are 8.4 fluid ounces, while these are 16.9. So you just get a little bit of money knocked off. It's just more bang for your buck if you go for the bigger sizes. Couple more hair things. One of my very favorite dry shampoo brands. I repurchased this since I can remember. The Batiste dry shampoo. This is barely scented, and then this is the Cheeky Cherry, which this one smells really good too. The only one in my house who does not like these dry shampoos is my dog. He does not like aerosol cans. He gets mad. He mostly just, if he's in the room and I'm spraying it, he gets up and walks out. He's like, I'm out. I'm not dealing with this. Okay, I feel like we're actually making a dent. I'm almost done. Oh, this is another kind of skincare thing. This is something I tried, and I need to refine my formula because I tried to make my own mechanical exfoliator, like a scrub, like these Tree Hut ones. I really like these, but they get kind of pricey. They're very fragranced, and they get pricey when you like if you exfoliate your whole body before you self-tan, you could go through a half of one of these. They are cheap. They're just not super great for your skin because they're so heavily fragranced. And like I said earlier, I just prefer chemical exfoliators, but I do like a scrub every once in a while. So I ordered these jojoba beads off of Amazon. And honestly, when this came, I thought this bag was so much smaller than I was expecting. I knew it was 4 ounces, but for some reason I was just like, okay, this is really small. But then I mixed it with some of that pure refined shea butter and some argan oil, 100% argan oil. And I think maybe I need to up the argan oil in that formula because it's like kind of hard to get off. I can't use that mixture in the tub. I have to use it in the shower, and I have to use actual body wash to loosen it up and get it off. So I don't know if I just didn't mix in enough oil, but I'm bummed because I do like to use a scrub, especially on my knees and my feet and my elbows before I self-tan. So I like that formula, shea butter, jojoba beads, and argan oil, but I need to adjust the recipe because I can't really get it off of my body. Once I slather it on, I have to really work to get it off, and that's kind of annoying. And it makes my shower kind of slippery, so I have to clean my tub when I'm done so my husband doesn't bust his butt. Speaking of self-tanner, this is one of the most disappointing products in the weirdest way. The reason why this is so disappointing is because I went through it so stupid fast. This stuff is so good. So good. But I got one single full body tan out of it and then one more of like my arms and legs and nothing else. That's why this is so disappointing because it's so expensive. I cannot buy one of these every time I want to self-tan, but it's so good because it's a lotion instead of a mousse. So I remember when I tried this the first time, I put it on my body and then we drove to the cabin and I took a nap in the bed at my cabin and I didn't worry about this getting on the sheets. I wasn't like feeling weird and gross and sticky. It just is so much better than a mousse. It smells better. I can sleep more comfortably and I don't feel like I have to completely bundle up. When I self-tan, I tuck my sweatpants into my socks, tuck my shirt into my sweatpants. Like, I don't let any part of my body touch my sheets because I do have white bedding and I don't want it to get on anything. And I didn't have to worry about it with this, but it's so expensive for how long it lasts. It was so disappointing that I got like 1.5 tans out of this, but it's so good. I forgot to mention it's the Tanceuticals CC Color Plus Correct Self-Tanning Body Lotion. So good, so disappointing. I'm cheap when it comes to body wash. I took the label off of this one, I don't know why. But I usually get the Dove, apparently, or the knockoff from Meijer or Walmart. Fill in the blank, I like the knockoffs. I try to get the fragrance-free stuff, but this one smelled really good, and it's cheaper, actually, than the Meijer knockoffs. My husband has pretty sensitive skin, so I try to get things that aren't super duper abrasive or fragranced. Okay, see, some of those jojoba beads are all over this thing. So I'm cheap when it comes to body wash. This is what I usually use. Also, my stupid husband uses body wash for everything. He uses it on his face and his hair, and that drives me insane. So I try to get the good stuff so that he's not like using a scrub on his head or whatever men do. He's a weirdo. Oh, I went through a deodorant. Truth be told, I only bought this because it is supposed to be like clear. It won't show up on black or anything. That's the only reason why I bought this. I'm not really super specific about my deodorants these days. I kind of just use whatever I can. These are my favorite thing to use in the bath, and I have a weird system. If I'm gonna take a bath, I use these Aveeno Soothing Bath Treatments. I did repurchase a knockoff brand, like the Meijer brand or whatever. This is 100% natural colloidal oatmeal. This stuff is really, really good if you have rosacea. If you have babies that have rosacea, like on their arms or legs, put this in their baths. It is so soothing to the skin. But my weird system is that every once in a while when I dump one of these packets, it just comes in like a little packet that you dump in your bath. But sometimes there's like chunks, and it's weird and annoying because if I find a chunk, I pick it up and I like play with it and I like squish it and it doesn't really dissolve correctly. So I use a literal sifter, like the ones for flour, for baking. I got it in the baking aisle. I dump a packet in my little sifter and I sift it through the sifter so that there's no chunks. But that's my system. I like it a lot. Relieves itchy, irritated skin due to poison ivy, oak, sumac, rashes, insect bites, eczema. I think I may have said rosacea earlier. I meant eczema. It soothes prickly heat, chickenpox, hives, and sunburn. This stuff is so good. And I love it. And you don't need to have any of those things to use this. It's just really soothing in general. So I recommend these things a lot. Similarly, this is the only real shaving cream I like to use. It's also by Aveeno. It's the Therapeutic Shave Gel. Helps prevent razor bumps, blah, blah, blah. No added fragrance. I actually couldn't find this exact one the last time I went to the store, but it also has oat, like those little packets, and vitamin E, and it's no added fragrance, so it's supposed to be just very soothing. Shaving can be kind of irritating to the skin, a little bit traumatic for the skin. So using something like this to really help tone down any anger that your skin is feeling, this stuff is really, really good. And it smells good because it smells like oat. We're almost done. We can do this. Couple brow things. This is the Elle Clear Brow and Lash Mascara. It's two-sided. I use them both on either. Not my lashes. I use them both on my brows. But I haven't really been reaching for this one lately. I haven't really repurchased it. The thing gets really gunky because I don't like wipe off the brush before I put it back in the thing. So this is, probably should do that because this is really gross. The ones I do typically use on my brows these days are either the Bare Minerals Strength and Length. This is the clear version. There is 4 shades total, including this clear one. Or the Eliplex Advanced Aftercare Formula for Lash Lift. You can use this on your brows or your lashes. I lift them both, so this is actually what I'm wearing on my brows today. Nothing else, just this little gel. And I use it on my lashes and my brows. I typically will use this one on my brows at night as part of like my skincare routine, and then this in the morning as part of my daytime routine, my makeup routine. This brow gel is serum infused as well. I love the spoolie on this one. It's kind of rubbery, and it's kind of one-sided, which is another reason why it's actually nicer to clean in between. Like when I go to stick it back in here, it's actually much more convenient to kind of wipe off any of that excess makeup or anything that got on there. But this is what I use for my brows because I lift them and sometimes I tint them, which is what's on my arm actually right now, if you're wondering. These are brow tint swatches, so don't mind that. This is also something that's so disappointing. This is the Bare Minerals Gen Nude Eyeshadow Plus Primer. This is one of the best eyeshadow primers I've ever used in my entire life, and what did they do? They discontinued it. So that is super unfortunate. What a beautiful, nice base. It blends out so nicely. This, I find I barely even have to set this before I start blending actual shades on the lid. This is just, man, this is one of the most disappointing discontinued products. So good. This is one of my favorite concealers. It is the Elle Hydrating Camo Concealer, satin finish. This is the color Fair Warm. I think that's the color I usually use. This stuff is really good. I don't really wear a lot of concealer on a daily basis. I use that tinted sunscreen Pro Glow mixture I mentioned earlier, and then every once in a while, if I need extra coverage or if I feel like extra coverage, I will use the Wet n Wild Mega Glow makeup stick. I don't know why this wasn't in my empties because it's clearly empty, but this stuff is really good. And this is my shade, Follow Your Bisque. Right now I use a darker shade because I can't find this one anywhere, which is a bummer. But these are my two favorite concealers. This one's good for my under eyes, but I don't wear a super duper lot of makeup on a daily basis. I've been very lazy in the mornings, and the more I can do throughout my life to make my morning routine easier, hence the lifting of the brows and the lashes, I like to keep it simple in the morning. So this is for a little added extra coverage under my eyes. I usually just take my foundation, my base right up under my eyes. This is the one I use for more extra coverage on actual spots on my face. This is a little sample I went through. I got this at Sephora for my birthday, my little birthday gift. The Tatcha The Liquid Silk Canvas Featherweight Protective Primer. This was such a gorgeous texture. This is not something I'm going to be spending a lot of money on anytime soon because Tatcha is very, very expensive. But this primer was really, really good if you have some dough that you want to spend on primer. This is a good one. It kind of reminded me of that Hourglass. What was that really popular Hourglass silky one? I had a little sample of it. That one was also really good, but pricey. But that's what this one reminded me of. This is my favorite setting spray. I have so many of these because it's so cheap. I think it's like $2.25. You get it at Dollar General. It's the Studio Selection Aloe and Cucumber Hydrating Facial Mist. I do love this stuff. I don't use it every day. I use it as like a touch-up spritzy throughout the day. It does have fragrance in it, but it is below the 1% line, so I don't really care. And it smells kind of good, but it's very dewy, hydrating. I like this stuff a lot. I don't use it as like skincare. I use it over makeup to kind of blend the makeup into my skin, make it one with my face. Couple more things. Oh my goodness, I can do this. So close. I put a couple of my vitamins in here. Again, I'm cheap and I use the Meyer brand. The vitamin C, I started taking this when I got COVID in January, and I've been taking it ever since. Vitamin C, you could never really go wrong. I don't know that that's true. Always talk to your doctor before you start adding vitamins. And supplements, we gotta be careful, but I do take this vitamin supplement as well. It's a little gummy. Includes 14 essential vitamins and minerals. It's actually kind of cheating. I haven't gone all the way through these. I have them in like a pretty little canister thing by my coffee maker, so I don't forget in the morning when I make my coffee. I pop a couple of these and they taste really good. I always want more because they're like gummy and delicious. Another thing that's so disappointing because of how expensive it is. This is the Vital Proteins Collagen Peptides Hair, Skin, Nail, and Joint Support. I've never really noticed a difference in how much better I feel or my hair or my skin or my nails or anything like that when I use this, but I do know that collagen is something people attribute hair growth to and things like that. But I like that this is a powder and it's unflavored, so I used to put this in my coffee. Sometimes I put it in smoothies, things like that. But again, I haven't repurchased because it's just so stupid expensive. But I would if I was rich. Here is a candle that I burned through. I think my sister-in-law gave me this. It's the Snowy Peach Berry. And this must have been a Christmas present because there's snowflakes all over it. But this smells so good. That's my one problem with Bath & Body Works candles. They're so good that I burn through them very fast. So I don't really super duper remember, but I know that it smells good right now. I did it. I can finally actually get rid of all this stuff and recycle it and such. Hallelujah. So that is everything for this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed another empties video. Let me know if you've tried any of these products down below. We can chat about our favorites. What do you go through every single month that you feel you will never stop repurchasing? That's everything for this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss any future videos of mine, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! These are some of my favorite tinted one. I'm wearing, what? These are from my... just saying this is my life. Truth be told, I only, ew. So this is for a little what?